Hi, my name is Alan Fine, and I'm concerned about our future and our children's future. So please take 4 minutes to listen to my message and share it with everyone you know. I have an urgent request for you. I'm calling for a nationwide March for Peace on Tuesday, March 8th in Washington, D.C. I'm asking you to meet me at the U.S. Capitol at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. If you can't come to Washington, please go to the capital of your state or your country at the very same time in your time zone and stand in solidarity with Ukraine and in support of a new national and global rule book. A rule book intolerant to the murderous aggression of Russia against Ukraine. We need the United States to lead the West under the endorsement of the United Nations. We need to send 1 million international troops under the UN banner into Ukraine to restore the peace. Troops that will not fight unless attacked. Let's come together to establish a global rulebook that sees every human life as precious. A rulebook that doesn't tolerate rogue nations but freedom-loving democracies. A rulebook that doesn't tolerate the sovereignty of a free people to be breached from within or without. A rulebook that doesn't tolerate war nor weapons of mass destruction in the hands of rogue nations. A rulebook that requires us to end all wars and focuses on resolving environmental, human rights, and public health issues. This rulebook should endorse the United Nations' 17 Sustainable Development Goals and should seek global cooperation towards their achievement. Building bridges for peace, recognizing each person as inherently precious, and seeking their prosperity while pursuing innovations toward planetary wellness. Our world population is approaching 8 billion. It'll be 9 in less than a decade. Now's the time to learn how to stretch resources to serve this rapidly growing population, and wars derail this path. Rogue leaders can no longer be tolerated. Their regimes must be dismantled. We need world peace. Putin wants to change the world order and is leading us toward destruction. We have no choice but to fight. Let's stand together to push the United States to lead the West through a UN-endorsed intervention in Ukraine. Let's stand together for a new national and global playbook. Let's stand together to hold every nation accountable to take a stand. This includes China. Choose the free world and join us in this quest, or choose Russia and become the world's enemy. If Russia's a country's choice, ban them economically and hold them accountable to pay at a minimum for the aggressions of rogue elements and rogue nations. In 1939, weakness in the face of Nazi aggression against Poland resulted in an emboldened Germany and a world war that resulted in the loss of 75 million lives. More than 40 million civilians were murdered in that war. If you lived in 1939 and knew that our passivity would result in this, wouldn't you have shown up to stop the madness? Any sane person would have said, yes, absolutely. It's now March of 2022, and we must show up to stop the madness. We have major environmental, public health, and human rights issues to address. We don't have time to be sidetracked from them by wars or any other rogue acts of aggression. So let's come together and say to war, no more. Meet me in Washington and let's march for peace through strength. Our leaders are weak. Let's tell them to be strong and decisive in protecting the world's nations. Let's help them to see that what they're doing is not enough, that their present strategy will lead to emboldened rogue leaders that will carry us into another world war, a war that will take humanity beyond the point of no return. See you on Tuesday, and may God bless America, and may God bless us with the strength to bring peace once and for all to our world.